So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's do better_fitness, and that's for my work one, and our car one is watch_German_cars. Okay, please enjoy the video. So today we're going to be talking about air suspension cars. So we want to make sure when you have an air suspension car, obviously each one is going to be slightly different. I'm going to go over a bunch of different ones so you know which mode you should park it in. So, for example, on our SQ8, yes, I am parked properly in the bay. It is still overhanging. This is a very big car. So you can see we always park it in the lowest mode it can go. So in the SQ8, it's dynamic. And you're going to see my wife here. Yeah, she's parked in her bay, but it overhangs this much. The bays in England are just small. So she's lowering it before she leaves the car. In this model, you want to park it in dynamic. If you set up your individual, then you can park it in individual as long as it's set up as the lowest mode. In our e-tron 55, you want to park it in efficiency. That is the lowest mode this car will go to. And also when you really want to hoon it, put it in efficiency and put the transmission in sport. It's the most fun. So in the Lamborghini, you can use this button here. You can pull it Stratos, Street, then there's Sport, and then there's Corsa. Corsa is track, so it's the lowest one. Or you can use the Ego and set like your individual drive mode. You can even use the suspension button on this one. Okay, those are the ways you're going to do it in your Lamborghini Urus. So in the Panamera, you can see I've parked it in the lowest mode. For me, it's just individual, but that's because I've set it that way. Or you can also just put it in, you can go into the main system. So this one, it's got a touch screen. I don't like it. It freezes quite a lot. You can literally just lower the suspension from the top right, or you can set it by Sport Plus mode. So if I park in Sport Plus mode, it's as low as it's going to go. And in the Porsche Panamera and in the new Cayenne, like my brother has, or like the newer Macan, they all have the steering selector. You can just put it in Sport Plus there, and it will also lower the vehicle. And then these also offer the touch screen on the near the gearbox as well, so you can just press it there. And this is that button I was telling you on the steering wheel. One good thing about the Panamera is it always on the screen on the left you can have the suspension mode. So we're going to go from normal to high down to low, so you can see the difference. So the reason we park it in the lowest mode that you can possibly do it is it's the least amount of stress on the system. So if you do this, hopefully your air suspension will last quite a lot longer. So this is it parked in the lowest setting. You can actually make it even lower if you modify your little bars in place to the bottom, but honestly I don't recommend doing this. Sometimes you have problems and it's better just to leave it. For the older Bentleys, you can either put it in Sport Plus mode, or you can just use the buttons here and just lower it. You want to lower it to the lowest setting as well, because Bentley suspension is quite expensive unless you know that you can just buy the Volkswagen products yourself using the, I think it's a QR code on the suspension. That will save you a fortune. On the newer Bentley, it's got a little easier, honestly, to put it in different modes. You can even customize your own individual mode, but unfortunately we've just done that as a Bentley mode mostly. So for us, we actually have to put it in the sport mode as well to make it to be the lowest it's going to be. So you can use that selector or do it from the screen. On the Mercedes AMG, same thing. You need to go either into your individual mode if you set it to be the lowest, or you're just going to select it from the scroll wheel and put it into its sportiest setting. So race, or if you don't have race because you didn't buy the S, then you're going to set it to Sport Plus. So you got individual mode, you got sport, you got comfort, you got wet and then off road. You can raise it. Same system in most of the other Mercedes. You can actually customize quite a lot in here. Dynamic select if you want to change the suspension and the engine software to make it a little faster, and then the steering. Or you can just use the mode selector and select which mode you want. So like Sport, Sport Plus, or Race if you're in a full AMG S-Line most of the time. And that is what we park cars in. So this is the Macan GTS. I think it's like 2023. So you can see, you can definitely raise and lower, and you can see the height difference is pretty big actually when you slam it to the floor, and that's how you want to park it. Sport Plus. Alright, you can change this from the steering wheel, from the scroll selector, just like we did in the Panamera or the Cayenne, or you can just select it from the touch screen, or you can do it from the touch buttons near the gear shifter, just like the other two models as well. If it's the new one. If it's the older one like this, it's gonna have a suspension button, and it's gonna have this little one with the thing pointing down. You're gonna press that. That's gonna lower it. Alright, thank you guys for watching. We will see you next Wednesday for another video. I was asked so many times to make this video and so many different things. I didn't want to make 10 videos, so I just put it all into one. Hopefully this has helped everybody, because honestly 10 videos of the same thing is going to be boring. So at least this way I get it all done. And it's very similar to all the brands. To be fair, they do share the suspension components. Alright, see you guys later. Thank you. Bye-bye.